Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to another Live Tuesday with Lily and me. We are so happy you're with us in our another extraordinary light show. And I'm here with my co-host Lily, and she wants to say hi to you.
Hello, everyone. I'm so excited today because I think I'm very proud of myself. I think I found the best questions for Alexandra. They're really good ones today.
Today we are going very deep. First of all, I just want to apologize to you all for the sound that you might be hearing because they're doing some construction work on our building and nothing I can do actually, but just go with the flow. So if you hear any drilling, that's it, and I'm sorry about it.
And you know what? Hey, that's real life. It happens, right? You could have easily said that, no, I'm not going to do this live show, make up some kind of excuse, but you stayed committed, and we're here, and sure, we'll work through it. It happens.
Yeah,
it's
and
not
it should
all
be
like
done shortly. Exactly.
not rainbows and cupcakes.
And not rainbows and cupcakes. Yes, exactly. This is a proof of what we are saying. This is in practice.
Yes, exactly.
So just want to say, first, let's talk about challenges that we are having. We were having few challenges from the last week. So Evan Carmichael, thank you so much for participating. He challenged us. He challenged me to sing on my stories. Yeah, he said on Snapchat, but because he's my only friend on Snapchat, there wouldn't be any challenge. So I was doing it on the Instagram. And he challenged Lily to go 7 days with no coffee. So Lily, how that went?
It was fine. The first day was really hard on me because I went like zero caffeine, like zero. And I just like drank a chamomile tea or something like that. And I had a really bad migraine. But the second, third day I was fine. And then I have been fine since then. So it's been good. I probably will go back to coffee again. I'm not a big coffee drinker anyway. I only have 1 cup of coffee a day. I really love it though. I love the taste of coffee. So I'm going to go back to that.
Yeah, I love coffee also.
Yeah.
Even though I love the taste, like you said. It's something special in drinking coffee and relaxing, reading the book. It's the whole experience. I don't like just go and drink my coffee and run away. I just like to experience it.
Yeah, I love coffee. So I'm going to go back. Tomorrow, I'm back to drinking coffee.
Yay, coffee.
And you also did your YouTube challenge. Tell us about that.
Yes, so I have a challenge to post a video a day, which I did, and I'm very happy with it. I didn't sleep much this week, but I feel energized because I know that this what I'm doing matters and moving me forward and towards my dream. And I connected more with my audience, with my beautiful soul. Thank you so much, everybody. And I don't know, just every day I'm so happy and full of enthusiasm because I know I'm helping somebody, and it's just what this is all about. So thank you, Lily, for being my partner in the crime.
That's amazing. And you know what? I think a lot of people don't see the work that goes behind the scenes in creating a video. Like you said that you had a couple of hours of sleep, you know, during every single night. And it's like what you do so naturally is really hard for other people. Right? So I think it's important to kind of acknowledge and recognize you like that took a lot of work, but you did it because you had a mission in mind and you had a goal in mind. So good job, Alexandra.
Thank you, Lily. And that's another thing, how people can find their passion. Like what thing you will do at 2 in the morning and feel good about it. Right? What things you will do no matter what time, no matter how long, because you know it brings you happiness and brings back to the people around you. So ask yourself that.
Yeah, that's so important. Are we going to continue with these challenges, Alexandra?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And one more thing we didn't talk about challenge you have about running. How that went.
It went okay. It went okay. It wasn't but I do want to underscore something important here. So when Alexandra challenged me to run 3 days a week for the last week, a mile at a time, my initial reaction was, it's wintertime in Canada. I have a very long jacket, and I can't move my feet properly. And then I was like, I need a running jacket. I need proper running shoes. I need proper running pants. All of these things started coming into my head. And then I thought, I was like, this is ridiculous. I just need to start, right? I just need to run. And which is what I did. So I started running a mile, and I didn't even know what a mile was. So I Googled it, and I looked on my GPS. I'm like, okay, how far from here till there? Like to the nearest intersection, and I calculated. I just kind of ran back and forth, and it was good. It was good. It wasn't too hard for me. And Alexandra did say if you could keep running, keep going, but I didn't. I just ran the mile, and I did it. It was good. You know, running. I used to run a lot when I was younger. I used to run track when I was in high school, and I do tons of cardio. So I think maybe that's why it wasn't so challenging for me. Yeah.
And I just want to point out very important thing that you said about all the excuses that come up, right? Not just for running, but for everything in life. We are just keep bringing these excuses, and you could say, you know what, like it's so cold, I'm not gonna run. It's November, right? But you didn't. And another thing that I want to say about our challenges that is very important is for these challenges, I challenged you. I said, Lily, you need to run 1 mile, right, 3 times. And that was kind of like an experiment because you didn't enjoy it well, because it wasn't, you were not a part of it.
Yeah.
So I think it's very important when we are challenging each other, and when you, right, like deciding something I will do and I will have you at my support, to have you participating in it. So it's kind of like a little experiment. And later we will have some new challenges, and we will decide together what we're gonna do.
Yes, that's, you know what, there's this myth, right? There's a myth on never give up, keep going, all of that stuff. But you have to give up on things that you don't enjoy, that you don't feel aligned with. And then that's what happened with me, right? The first challenge I did the vegan challenge. And then it was beautiful because I realized that the benefits of eating well, and I love vegetables. I love like eating well. So as a result, I became a vegetarian for 5 days a week. I'm a vegan 1 day a week, and then I eat meat once a week. That's it. And that challenge was amazing, and I stuck with it. I'm like, I'm not going to give up on that because I could see how it's benefiting me. And then the running thing, I just didn't feel passion for it, so I gave it up. So it's important to see the difference between the two for people. There's not one way of thinking. So
absolutely.
I'm happy about that. Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say hi to our beautiful souls. Look at these people in the chat. Danica is with us every Tuesday. Thank you, Danica. Daniel, my husband. Evan. Hi, Evan. Yay, coffee with Lily in the office tomorrow.
Coffee, yay.
And we have some comments about the noise. Can you hear us well? Some people can hear good, some people don't.
Oh.
But I think it's the maybe internet connection. Sorry about that. Let's hope it's going to be better now. Now I think the workers stop doing that thing, so it should be better.
Good. Nice. Okay. All right.
So we can start with our questions.
Yes. Oh, I'm so excited for these questions, Alexandra. I know you have started doing this series on your channel about love talk. Right? You talk a lot about relationships. So I thought you could help this woman out with this question. Okay. So it comes from Jane. So Jane is saying, how do I tell my husband that he's no longer good enough for me? I got fit, I got promoted. There are dozens of men at work that are better looking, drive better cars, stay in larger homes, who have shown interest in me.
Jane. This question is very sad for me to hear it. There's so many things I want to say at once. But the first thing, once before you get married to your husband, you thought, oh, look at this guy. He's looking amazing. He's driving this kind of car. He's making that much money. He's living in this house. When I marry him, I'll be happy. That happened, you're not happy. Now you think, oh, look at all these guys. They're making more money, they're having bigger houses, they're driving better cars. If I marry them, I'll be happy. And this is never ending game, right? It's never going to happen. So first of all, now you got promoted and you think you're worth more. So you're like relating your worthless, self-esteem with money, which is very wrong. So what would happen if you lose your job? If tomorrow your company go bankrupt and you lose your job, how would you feel if your husband would say, you know what, you're not bringing any income, there's so many gorgeous ladies around me, they're very interesting in me, you're not longer fit, and you know what, I want a divorce. But how would you feel? But this is all questions you should ask before asking the main question is, why are you not happy? So this is not about car, about money, about your husband, about all these people and guys around you. This is about you. So maybe when you were growing up, you didn't have money, right? Maybe you were looking at your parents fighting all the time because of the money. Maybe you were hearing your mom saying, don't ever marry a guy who is not gonna bring your support and who cannot earn enough to support the family. You were watching your mom being miserable, your dad being sad all the time, they were arguing all the time, and maybe then you decided, I will have money. I will have a man who can provide for my family. And then there was in your back of your head, in your subconscious mind, and maybe you didn't even think about it, right? You never sit down and discuss, oh, why I am so obsessed about money, because when I was a child, right? So now you are looking for that, and it's never enough. You have this fear that maybe you're gonna be on the street hungry, that you're gonna fight like your parents did, that you're gonna children that will watch you and your husband fight. That's just one scenario that might happen. So something similar did happen in the past. So now if she's here, I would ask her. So something happened that trigger your mind to think that money will bring you comfort, money will bring you happiness, money will bring you support, and if you have money, you have everything, which obviously is not true, because you now have enough money to live and, you know, to have everything you need, but you're still not happy. So forget about all the people around you, forget about your husband, forget about all these guys, your work, everything. Start asking yourself, why I am not happy, what happened, who taught me to think this way, and how I can change this. So it's much more deeper than, oh, how I can tell my husband that he's no longer fit. It's a much bigger work. You need to work on yourself, not on your husband and people around you. So there must be a long answer and maybe direct, but that's the shortest I can put it.
Well, it's important, I think, because there is a rise in people getting divorced in North America. I think it's like at 60% now. And this is not for people who are dealing with abuse and dealing, like, by any means. If there's an abuse happening, emotional or physical, leave like right away. But if it's not, in this case, it doesn't seem like it is. What I would say to Jane is, remember the time that you exchanged vows with your husband, and just recall that moment. And think about what has changed. What has changed? And remember, you're married. So you have exchanged vows. And I highly doubt that the vows were, I will be with you until I get fit.
Until I get promoted.
Until I get promoted, right? You're in it for the long run. And just really think about that. For me, for example, my husband and I have gone through a lot over the last couple of years. The first year that we were married, he got an injury, and that completely changed my entire life around. I went from a fun-loving, happy husband who would like throw me around, who would like, you know, carry me everywhere, to me becoming his caretaker. And I had to, you know, I had to like feed him, bathe him. I had to like, that was not something that me being a young woman would have ever imagined that's what my life would be as a newlywed. But I kept on thinking to myself that I wrote these vows, and these are the vows I exchanged with him. And in my vow, I said to him, we wrote our own vows. I said, I recognize our love is extraordinary. I used that word even before I realized it was my one word. I'll always find my way back to you, no matter what. So it's not like I will not find my way back to you until you injure yourself. So really recalling when you exchange your vows and thinking about that, it helped me, and hopefully it will help Jane too. And then to Alexandra's point, you know, there's a lot of work that you need to do within yourself too, not just physically and materialistically.
Yes.
It's a big one. There's a lot there. Yeah.
And it's, always start with yourself. So Jane, you have some work to do.
Yes, Jane. I look, I get it, right? It's about like raising your standards too. She feels like she's probably at a certain standard and her husband is not growing with her. Have a conversation. Communication. I know you talked about communication.
Yes, absolutely. But if your only standard is making money, that's not going to bring you anywhere. So just like you said, have an honest conversation about everything, what's going on, why you come to this point, and how you can together find a solution. Not you deciding for yourself, oh, I'm going to do this. Like, you are in this together, so work through this together.
Yeah. So I love it. I love it. That's just the first question. We have a second question. So this question, second question comes from Carol. So she's saying, I feel worthless. I was born in a bad country. I don't know what country that is. She didn't mention. Now I study at an Ivy League school in the US. Everyone has a higher social status than my entire lineage. I feel ostracized, isolated, and just horribly alone. How can I fix my destroyed self-esteem?
What is the name?
Carol.
Carol. Bad country, like, does not exist, right? Every country, whatever you're coming from, is bringing you something with you, and you are who you are because you came from that country. And now you are in the US, right? So I can relate to that because I came from Serbia. I don't think Serbia is a bad country. I just think here I have more opportunities. That was at least my limited mindset. Now, if I go back, I know I can do everything, right? Because there was just limited beliefs I had with the people around me there. So coming here, I just opened all the doors for myself. And you can do the same. First of all, people around you, you need to surround yourself with greater things, better, more positive things. There's a lot of things you're dragging from the past to lower down your self-esteem. So I will give you a few practical things that you can do because there is a lot of things, pain that you have inside that you need to cure because you are here, right? You are here, you came so far, and don't give up. So you need to overcome these feelings, and then you can help others who are feeling the same from your experience. So I would suggest you, besides meditating, writing journal, mirror exercise. Louisa Hayes, she's talking about it all the time. She was talking about it. And also the Ho'oponopono technique. I would suggest you to stand in front of the mirror and repeat, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, to yourself. And then you can say, I'm sorry that I was born in that country, and I'm not realizing what this country positively can bring to me. Please forgive me for not standing up for myself, for not feeling my self-worthiness. Thank you for everything you've been through and everything you overcome, and I love you unconditionally, and talk to yourself in the mirror and keep repeating this, keep repeating, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you, and just watch everything that will come to the surface, all the things that you hide inside and all the things that hurt you and you don't want to deal with it, because that's why you feel triggered when you see other people who are happy, who has more than you, and you think they're more happy than you are. But everything you see, all the status, all the glory, doesn't matter if you are not happy inside. So doesn't matter where you're coming from, doesn't matter what you've been through, you can overcome everything if you decide and if you forgive yourself and you start loving yourself. So start with the small exercises, start talking to yourself and healing yourself. And of course, don't expect that it's going to happen in next month or maybe not even a year. I don't know how old are you, maybe you are 30 years old, but she's like maybe 19, doesn't matter. And let's say 20 years. So for 20 years, you were living like this, you feel like you have no self-esteem and no worth. So it's not gonna happen overnight. Just do some small things every day, and one day you will just be surprised what will happen.
Yeah, I love it. Those are really good tactical things that people can do. Yeah, journaling also helps, and obviously meditation as well. I think it's just the question itself. She starts off by saying, I feel worthless, right? How about changing that narrative around? Instead of starting that question by saying, I feel worthless, you should say, I feel worthy, or I deserve amazing things. Hey, look, Carol, you are in an Ivy League school in the US. That's massive. That's huge. Many people would dream to go to a school like that. So you're definitely worthy. And then now the question is like, do you feel worthy of being there? Like, do you feel like you're deserving to be around these people? That's another thing. So all the self-love and the nice positive self-talk is actually going to help you. And just to kind of add to that, surround yourself with people who have gone through hardships in their life. I always love bringing up Oprah Winfrey because look at her life. Like, look at where she came from. She wore like potato sacks when she was a little kid. She went through sexual abuse. Like there's this point that she made. She said when she was little, she used to look up at her grandmother, and her grandmother was a maid. And her grandmother used to teach her how to be a good maid. So that way she could find some good white folks that will, treat her well. But Oprah said to herself, she's like, no, that's not my life. That's not who I'm going to be. I'm going to be someone else. Like she didn't allow her, where she came from, to dictate where she's going, and look at where she is today. So surround yourself with people who have overcome adversities and be proud. Like things didn't fall in your lap. You came from a country that you consider bad. I don't know where that is. And look at where you are. Feel worthy, feel like you're deserving, and surrounding yourself with the right people, it's always going to do the trick for you.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I just want to suggest a book, Man's Search for Meaning. And
I've heard of it. Yes.
That book is just... so Viktor Frankl, he was in Holocaust, right? So his whole family was torture, murder, like, everything that happened. And now he overcome this. And there is so many people who survived and so many people who did amazing things after all this. So how is that even possible? How is that humanly possible? And he's explaining that you need to find the meaning, not only meaning of life, but also meaning in suffering and inspiring others with your suffering. So I would suggest you to read that book, and then I don't know what you've been through and how much suffering you were witnessing, but maybe if you find the purpose in that and meaning, it can help you.
Yeah. That helps so many people, because a lot of people feel like there's like a bit of an imposter syndrome, like I'm not supposed to be here. I don't know if you have ever gone through this before. I think a lot of people is like, oh, what am I doing here? And then just like grounding yourself and knowing that I deserve to be here. I deserve the success.
And another thing that I read in a Success Principles book, you actually take a piece of paper and write down everything you achieved in your life. Like start from I learned how to walk, how to talk, how to write, now, like if you're living here, you're already speaking 2 languages, right? That's awesome. So everything you overcome, everything you've been through, every little small wins you write down on a piece of paper, and then read daily if you need to, right? Read everything and say, wow, look all these things I did, right? So it's gonna help you going forward, and it might help you with affirmation and everything, change your life.
Awesome. Awesome. I love it. One last question from Krisha. So Krisha writes, how do I find a mentor to help with my personal development?
Finding a mentor, I think, is quite easy if you want to. You don't have to have Evan Carmichael as your mentor, right? Or Brandon Bouchard or some big names. They don't have, if you don't have, they don't have time, right? Or you don't have money to pay to have that kind of mentor. There is a lot of people that will help you, like us, right? If you just come here and you ask us some questions, if you emailed us, we will be loving to help you. And also, if you have a fear of that, and you can find mentors in books. Like, find mentors, watch videos, do some courses, read books, and it's so easy, I think. Just we are making these excuses. Oh, you know what? I don't have money to have, I don't know who for my mentor, so I'm just not gonna do anything. So I think just discover, like, you don't have to look for Lily and me. You can find some other small YouTubers who are just starting out, who just need experience and practice, and see who you resonate with, and just send them an email, and you'll be surprised.
It's true. I think a lot of people are willing to give back. A lot of people, because they see like a younger version of themselves in you. And if you're genuine, if you're like super genuine about it, you approach them in a way that it's not all take. Because I think sometimes, you know, you could be very ambitious, like, I want this, and like, wait, what are you going to do for the mentor? And I think, you know, people, if you do want to approach someone who's of a higher status, is what can you do for them? How can you provide them with value? Because you probably have a whole list of skill sets that they need for some reason. And always, you don't want to approach them in a way that it feels like, oh, the mentor is like, oh my God, I have to like train this person. I have to put in all this work. You know, you never want to come across as that person, because that scares them. They don't want to deal with it because they're busy people. So just, you know, apply value to them in any way that you find that you can. Maybe, you know, you're great at Excel spreadsheets, and say, hey, you know what? I'm going to help you with all your Excel spreadsheets. I'm going to fix it up for you. And as an exchange, can you just give me an hour of your time? I would love to ask you some questions.
And take action. When your mentor, whoever you're asking for advice, tell you something, actually take action and show them that you listen to them, and then come back with your feedback. And if it's not working, say, oh, look, this is not working for me. What else I can do, right? And do your part.
Oh, yeah, that's something that the mentors don't like, is if you don't take action, then they feel like their time is wasted, and you never want to waste anyone's time.
Yes. And because we are almost done, let's just finish up with our challenges, because we...
Oh yeah, what are we doing? Oh my God, Alexandra.
Oh my God, what are we doing with our challenges? Because our beautiful souls didn't challenge us with anything today. Hi, Melissa. Melissa is watching us, and Jana, my sister, is here. I just want to ask you, like, you said you want to be better at your health and your fitness. So is there anything particular you were thinking about?
I can lift weights. That I can do.
You want to lift weights? Okay, let's make some kind of training for you or something.
Okay.
That you can do.
Okay. What should I do? Should I do squats? Should I do bicep curls?
You know what, actually, so I'm like doing yoga, and I can run and everything. Yeah. Like, I can motivate myself. I love to do it, right? Mm-hmm. But actually exercising, I kind of skip. I do it for time to time, but I'm also kind of like, oh, I would rather do yoga, right? Or I would rather run. Okay. So maybe we can do something together on there. Like, maybe we can find some kind of program or something and do it together, like the same thing.
Okay, that'll be good. That'll be good. Like a at home kind of fitness routine.
Yes, that will be cool.
Yeah,
So we're gonna do that.
we have to find
And
it.
beautiful souls, beautiful souls. Stay tuned. So we're gonna maybe go on our Instagram. Maybe there we're gonna share our routine and what we're doing. So it's gonna be fun.
Nice. Nice. Okay,
Good.
I could do that. I'm gonna work out.
Yes.
I
Gonna
like to
be. I never did it. So
No? No,
I'm
you
doing
should.
like the how you call it kettlebell, but that's everything. Not that.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, new for us. We have to find a program, and then
Yes.
we're gonna make it work. Okay. So fitness challenge for both of us next
It's
week.
awesome. I love
Yes.
it.
And Alexandra, are you gonna continue to put out daily content after this challenge?
Yes, of course,
You're still
absolutely.
gonna do it. Okay. Still doing it. All right.
Same thing like with the Instagram stories. The other thing, I'm not gonna sing every day.
That was so fun.
I will do from time to time. It was cool, right? It was like breaking out of my comfort zone. It was fun, but like I don't feel like they will be like bringing me, like much closer to my dream, right?
Yeah.
So I will find to do some other things to break out of my comfort zone. Maybe singing in public. That would be cool,
Oh.
right? Or like something like that. But like singing in my house, now it's fine, right? I can do it. Like, so it's not the challenge anymore.
Yeah.
So maybe some like, like even doing the Instagram stories when there's a lot of people around me that I can do. Things like that, that I will keep implementing and
Yeah.
breaking out of my comfort zone.
Instagram stories outside in public. You'll do it. I know you will.
Okay, Lily, I know you need to go. Thank you so much for your time. My beautiful soul, thank you for commenting. Thank you for watching. Oh, I feel so grateful for this. I think we are connecting more and more, and this is going to be amazing.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Alexandra. Thank you for being the light.
Thank you, Lily. Thank you, everybody. We love you.
Bye-bye.